Hello, everyone. Welcome to GoLeopards.com and Behind the Mic. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Mike Joseph, and we invite you at 6 o'clock for the home opener. When Robert Morris comes to town, the Colonials will be here coming in with an 0-2 record, and we'll be joined. Make sure you tune in at 6 because Matt Province, Maurice Bennett, and Phil Ing will have the pregame show for you. John Leone down on the field. Mike, we'll look back a little bit at the ball game against Sacred Heart. Obviously, we played a very poor first half of football. I thought we got so much better in the second half.
I think that's exactly what happened, and it reminded me a lot of the Robert Morris game we played 2 years ago, where we played so poorly, made a little bit of a run, but I think the Lafayette offense was a little surprised by some of the defensive schemes that they used. That radar defense, not anybody down in the stance, I think caused a little bit of problems with protections. And you go back to some of the things Frank just talked about in the media luncheon is they got a lot of new guys playing, and especially at key positions like offensive tackle and center. You don't put a lot of emphasis on the center position. All he's got to do is snap the ball, but a lot of people don't realize he has to make calls up front. He has to make protection calls. He has to direct the line in certain directions, and it's a very important position. So I think anybody that's out on that ledge right now, you got to come on back in.
And those problems were magnified with the false starts that we had in the ball game, some bad snaps from center that we had from ball game. It seemed like anytime we got some offensive momentum, it was doused because of some of those problems, and obviously those need to be cleared up.
Oh, they absolutely need to be cleared up, and we've been talking about them for, 2 or 3 years now. The pre-snap penalties will kill you. You can't start drives 1st and 15 or 1st and 20. It just makes things that more difficult. They didn't have a lot of holding calls, but they did have those pre-snap penalties, and those are things that you got to just do without, and they can be eliminated, and that's the thing I think that's positive.
Well, we're going to take on a ball club, Robert Morris, that beat us a couple of years ago out in the Pittsburgh area. They have a new head coach, only their second in team's history, in John Banasak, the former tight end of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He won a couple of Super Bowls with that ball club. He's been around this team for 11 years under head coach Joe Walton, the only coach they have ever had. So he brings a little bit of a new system, but he also brings, much like him being inexperienced as the head coach, a very inexperienced football team. They only have 6 seniors total on this ball club.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. And what I did look, and I saw 52 sophomores and freshmen on the team. I saw some sophomores and freshmen at some key positions, which should bode well for Lafayette, maybe to bring a little bit of pressure against a young running back, a freshman, a young quarterback, a sophomore, some young wide receivers and sophomores and freshmen. So I think that will help Lafayette if they can bring a little bit of pressure, maybe confuse them. You always like repetitions and games under your belt, and a lot of these kids don't have that.
Their quarterback is a sophomore. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's Luke Broomall, and he does not have a lot of experience, Broomball, but he does have a great receiver in Dwayne Mitchell. 52 catches last year, and he's already has 15 catches this year. So if you're going to keep your eye on anybody, as far as the defense is concerned, Dwayne Mitchell's the guy.
And Dwayne Mitchell can get down the field, and I think he had a few catches against us a couple years ago. But these NEC teams seem really to put a lot of athletes on the field, and they do that in a number of different ways, whether it's on punt returns, kickoff returns. These teams are tough teams to begin the season with, but I think it's a good team. It's a home game for Lafayette. It's an opportunity for them to come home, familiar territory, and play against a team that they have a little bit of revenge against. We talked about that at Sacred Heart, but the Lafayette has to get it right, and they have to get it right now.
To me, the real key in this ball game will be eliminate the turnovers we had in Game 1 and create some turnovers, which we did not do in Game 1.
Yeah, we're -3 right now in turnover margin, and I remember years ago we were -10, but just a few short years ago we had 18 or 20 interceptions. So these are things you got to key in on, and Lafayette has a lot of good special teams players. They have some great secondary players. I enjoyed to watch the way the defense played. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They completely shut Robert Morris, Sacred Heart out in that second half. That has got to put a smile on a lot of people's faces.
So the key for all of you watching, either get here to Fisher Stadium by 6 o'clock for the kickoff of the 2014 home season, or get behind your television set and watch Mike and myself and the entire crew bring you the football game on Saturday night. That's Behind the Mic for this week. We'll see you next week.